One really important factor is making sure that you have insurance to cover the property. And more often than not, unfortunately, a lot of my work has to do with foreclosure prevention. So I work with a lot of homeowners who are looking at, trying to get past some type of financial difficulty that they've had. And oftentimes it may be because they don't understand, they didn't understand maybe the terms of their loan. More often than not, it's because something's happened, right? So it's not that they didn't have a plan for the future in terms of savings, but it may be that they lost their job, and we know the job market's really tough out there. So you may have had savings for 3 to 6 months, but once you've gone a year without a job, at some point unemployment, everything starts running out. So it's really knowing what your options are. And Jenny and I both work for what are called HUD-approved housing counseling agencies. And so what these agencies do is that they are really regulated, or their oversight is done by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. And this is a really important distinction because there are a lot of organizations out there, and if for any of you that have insomnia and that just happen to be awake at midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll notice when you turn TV on that there are a lot of those infomercials that say, hey, if you're having trouble with your mortgage, call this number, we can help you. They reference things like the Obama plan and things like that. But organizations like the ones that Jennifer and I work for really are here to help you and make sure that you, as the homeowner, know all of your options and you can make an informed decision. And so what we do is we have groups of certified housing counselors that actually help you navigate through this process, understand what your options are. There are a lot of options out there to try and help homeowners stay in their homes. The reality is the banks don't want your homes. They want to try and help you find options that will allow you to stay in this home for the long term, right? But you have to be careful because there are a lot of scam artists out there. So one thing that I would always say is the buzzword for us is if anyone ever says, I can guarantee that I can get you a loan mod, run the other way. And the reason I say that is I've been doing this for years and I still can't guarantee anything. The only person that can really guarantee you an outcome is going to be your mortgage servicer, which is the person you send your mortgage payments to every month. And then Jenny mentioned earlier in the discussion your investor, right? So that's the person that actually owns your loan. Your mortgage servicer and your investor may be two different people. A really common investor, they're in the room, they're in the ballroom, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. If you have an FHA loan, those are those are good identifiers for you. But you need to be careful with people that allude to things like, I can guarantee you an outcome, just go ahead and sign these documents. I can't tell you the number of people that I work with that signed a document thinking in good faith that someone was gonna help them, but there were blanks. So when Jenny and I teach pre-purchase, we always tell people don't sign anything where they're blanks, right? Make sure everything's filled out. The same applies for foreclosure prevention, especially in foreclosure prevention. Because more often than not, what I see is that what happens is what's called the bait and switch. You signed one document and then you don't realize it, there's something else, and before you know it, you've actually signed your property over to somebody. So you need to be really cautious. What I would say is, there are organizations out there that charge for foreclosure prevention help, and they may do a great job. The way I always pitch our services is that I'm gonna assume everyone pays their taxes, right? Because that's the other thing that's guaranteed in life, you pay Uncle Sam. If you pay your taxes, just look at it this way. You've prepaid our services because Jenny and I write federal grants to get our organizations money to be able to provide this service for free. So just like we do pre-purchase for free, we do foreclosure prevention for free. So know that there are organizations out there that are HUD-approved housing counseling agencies that can get you help at no cost to you. And we work with clients from beginning to end to make sure that, we try and find some resolution. We work with the mortgage companies every day, and we work with hundreds of clients just to try and make sure that they understand their options. But if you're having difficulty paying your mortgage, by all means, Texas has a very short foreclosure process. We're a big state. We have really great prices in terms of properties, but we're very unforgiving when it comes to foreclosure. We're one of the fastest processes in the country. It moves very quickly. Basically, once you've missed 3 payments, the bank is well within their right to start the foreclosure process. And that process as a whole takes about 90 days. So definitely, as soon as you know you're having difficulty making payments, call your mortgage servicer. And then the second call you make, I would encourage you to call a HUD approved housing counseling agency to get assistance, because that's what we're here for.